Hi, if you've seen my previous two demos, today's video is going to combine them into one thing. So we're going to have the polygon made out of triangles and the ring with blending, and create a polygon ring made out of triangles with blending. If you're a patron on Patreon, you may have already seen a preview. So it looks kind of like this, and it may have a different number of edges, it may have a different number of triangles per edge. But yeah, in this case, we have 6 edges, and the outer edges, the ones on the outside, these are the inner ones, and these are the outer ones. And the outer edges are divided into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the same here, 1, 2, 3, 4. At the same time, the inner edges are divided into 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So in general, if we divide these edges into triangles in this fashion, then we're going to have a number m for the outside and the number m minus 1 for the inside. So the total number of triangles we need per edge is going to be m plus m minus 1. So that's going to be 2m minus 1. So here we've already set the number of edges, 6, and the number of segments that we split the outer edge into. And now we're going to compute the number of triangles per edge. So that's going to be p twice m minus 1, and the total number of triangles for the entire thing. And this is going to be p times q. Okay, yeah, I can't type. So p is the number of triangles per edge times the number of edges. Now we're going to create a wrapper, and within it we're going to have a loop. So for I going from 0 all the way up to n, incremented at every step, and we're going to have these triangle elements, and for each in a style attribute we'll be setting a progress, and this is going to be I over n, and this may create some really ugly decimals. So let's reduce their number to at most 3. Okay, yeah, as I said, I can't type. Okay, fix that. It should work fine now. Okay, now having done this, something else I want to show you. So for any regular polygon, well, for any polygon in general, but for regular polygons in general, we can split them into a number of triangles that's equal to their number of edges. So we have this central point, and we draw these radii to the vertices, and this way we split the entire polygon into a number of triangles that's equal to the number of edges. Now here, if we draw this height, this is a right angle. So this is going to be a right triangle, and this angle is going to be half the base central angle, which is 360 over the number of edges, and in this particular case it's 360 over 6, so that's 60 degrees. So half of it is going to be 30, but it doesn't really matter, the actual value, because as I said, we don't necessarily have a hexagon there, we can have a pentagon or something else. But in general, so this is going to be one of the acute angles in a right triangle. So the tangent of this angle is going to be half the edge length over the height. But we can also compute the tangent in a different way, because as I said, this is going to be half the base angle, and we know the base angle because it's 360 over the number of edges, or 2 pi over the number of edges, and half of 2 pi is going to be pi. So we can compute the tangent of pi over the number of edges, which is exactly what we'll be doing it now. So the tangent is going to be as I said, I can't type, over the number of edges. And again, we have the exact same issue. We may have too many decimals there, so let's make sure it doesn't exceed a certain number. Okay, now again, in a style attribute, we can just set stuff. So we can set the tangent, and set it to the computed value. Okay, we're all set for now, and something I want to do here is, actually I'll do it later. It's going to be basically pretty much the same, except we won't be using a grid layout, and let's hold off that background for a little while. Now we can collapse this and set a few things on the wrapper. So we're going to set the height of that triangle, as mentioned. Oops, sorry. So the height of this triangle, we'll be setting it now. And this is going to be the minimum between 25 viewport minimum units and 9 ems, something like that. And we can compute the edge length, because we said half the edge length over the height is the tangent of that. So the edge length is going to be twice the height times the tangent. So okay, now having done this on the triangle elements, we're going to set some stuff. But first, for all divs, we're going to set position absolute, top 50%, right 50%. Okay, we can collapse this as well. Let's expand this to make our life easier. Set border solid, 0 transparent. Then we're going to set border width, and we're going to set a value for the vertical and one for the horizontal. And the one for the horizontal is going to be 0, and the one for the vertical is going to be half the edge length. So okay, and then we're going to set a border right, and this is going to be solid, the height, and current color. Okay, something else we want to set is a margin top. This is going to be pretty much the same, except with a minus. So the middle of its edge is right in the middle, and we're also going to set the transform origin to the middle of the right edge. Okay, now having done that, we can set a transform. But first off, let's set a scale 0.9, something like this. Okay, now having done this, let's get back to the structure a little bit, and we're going to set in a style indices for the edges. So yeah, we're going to have a loop, and within this loop we're going to set on the triangle elements nth child, and this is going to go up to the number of edges. Okay, and here we'll be having n plus the number of triangles per edge times I plus 1, and here we'll be setting the edge index, and this is going to be okay, set to equal that value. Okay, now we'll also be setting an index per edge, so this is going to go up to the number of triangles per edge, and of course we take that out, and it's going to be every p items, right? We'll be setting this other index. Okay, now having done this, let's also set the number of edges, and let's also set m. All right. Okay, I think this is it for now, and we can go back here and rotate calc. Yeah, of course. We're going to have k over so the edge index over the total number of edges times 1 turn. Okay, having done this, we'll have translate by the height. Okay, we've now done this, and then we'll have scale calc 1 over m, because we want to reduce that edge. We want to scale it to one of the small triangles. Initially it was the big triangle. Let me show you. So this is the big triangle, and this is going to get split into 4. So 4, and yeah, it's going to be basically a triangular grid there. So having done this, we're going to have a second translation. And let's say we're going to have 2 values there, one for the x and one for the y. And for the y, we can kind of already compute it. So this is, obviously, we want to shift them by half an edge. Where was that? I think this is a bit more obvious. So as you can see, the middle, so the middle of this relative to the middle of this is shifted by half an edge. So we want to shift it by half of it. Okay. So we're going to have 0.5 times the index along the edge. And we're going to have to subtract the midway index. That's going to be half the maximum index for the outside. So that's going to be 0.5 times m minus 1. Okay, and all of this we want to multiply with the edge length. And it almost works, as you can see, but we also need to rotate the triangles. So the first one, the one at index 0, is going to stay the same. This one rotated index 1. Index 2 is going to stay the same. So basically, even indices are going to stay the same. Odd indices are going to get rotated. So for that, we need to compute a sort of modulo. And to do that, we're going to use Houdini. So first off, we're going to compute an integer value, and this is going to be, oh, not there. Yeah, bad habit to try to group all the custom properties. Sometimes you want to set them on different elements. So this is going to be j divided by 2. And if j is even, then this is going to be an integer. If not, it's going to be 0.5. But we want to make sure it's always an integer. So we're going to register this as an integer. So syntax okay, initial is 0, inherits true. We'll see if that's necessary. We'll see. Okay, now having done this, here we'll be computing modulo, which is j minus 2 times. Okay, so having done this, we have this translation, okay, and then we'll have a rotate, and this is going to be calc the modulo times half a turn, half a turn, yeah. Okay, and as you can see, we're almost there, except those triangles are on the outside. So we need to do something similar for a translation. So translate times the height. Minus the height, sorry. Okay, so yeah, we've done this. And we kind of have this ring. Now what we'll be doing is create these layers like this, like we have them here. And actually we'll be creating these layers and also those. So let's go there and there. So let's see if that works. No, copy pasting like that does not work. Okay, okay, like that. Okay, so now we have our layers. That's good. Okay, so however, I think we won't be needing this transform origin if we move that onto the layer. So layer. Okay, now the next thing that I want is take this part, right, from here and move it onto the layer. And that's not going to matter anymore. Okay, now having done this, we're going to need to set a color right here. Actually, I think we can set directly a background like that. So oh, we don't need a background, this is actually the border. Yeah, sorry. So or we can set it there directly. So it's going to be an HSL value, and we're going to set the channel. Of course, this is going to go up to a number of channels which we need to set. That's the thing with copy pasting code. You shouldn't forget to modify it. And of course here we need to set the number of channels as well. Okay, and I think I've made all the needed tweaks, so I can compute the hue right here. So I'm going to have my channel index, so the channel index from there over the number of channels. So times 360. So it's going to look like this. And now we can just go back to the body, fix that background, collapse that stuff, right? And something like this. Now we're also going to set mix blend mode screen. Okay, and we're going to set an animation duration just like we did before. Basically it's going to be the same, so you can just set it like this, except here we're not even using SAS, so we're just going to set this as 1 second. We don't need to set it anywhere else. And of course we have a very similar animation, right? So I'm pretty sure that this is going to look, the animation is going to look exactly the same, except this is going to be a progress, right? Okay, yes. So yeah, that's the result I wanted for today. This is what I wanted to show you. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, if you like the work that I've been putting out for more than 8 years now, please consider supporting it. You can do so by being a cool cat and becoming a patron on Patreon. The link is going to be in the description. Or you can get me something off my Amazon wishlist for Christmas. Again, the links are going to be in the description, together with everything else, links for everything else that I've shown you here. Or you can at least share this to show the world what can be done with CSS these days. Because honestly, I think it's pretty damn cool. In any event, thanks for watching, and until next time.